Hello, it's me, Mr. Wolfman. And, I just don't think I have the will to live anymore. And it's all because of School Rumble. Okay. I think I should start from the top. Okay. Here's why I'm so depressed, as you can see. You see, about a week ago, actually about 5 days ago, I stumbled across an anime called School Rumble on Netflix, and it looked interesting. I'm an anime geek, so I was like, what the hell, let's do this, punch it on and get it on. So I started watching it. I thought it was hilarious. Thought it was like the best show I ever watched in anime form, which is actually not even like dissing on it. I mean, I like anime. I think some of the okay, I'm getting ahead of myself. The point is, I really liked the show. It was funny. What can I say? It was funny. So you might ask, why, if I liked this show so much, why, just why am I so distraught? Well, it's simple. That's because this show had one of the worst, I'm gonna repeat, the worst endings of all time ever, period. Counting like The Sopranos and like Seinfeld, we're counting it all. You can count like the endings to like natural disasters. This is worse than like that blimp crash that like 5 people died on. I don't know, I'm bad at history. You want to know why it's bad? Well, let me break it down for you. Let me just tell you why. Okay, first of all, this whole show, for those of you who don't know, is about pretty much love life. It's a romantic comedy, anime style. And it's pretty much about like these group of teenagers, mostly Tenma, this little, very loud, very kind of obnoxious, but still kind of cute girl, Tenma, and then Harima, the badass motherfucker, shut your mouth, who actually secretly adores her. And that's the base core of the show. And then you get like more love. Okay, this show is about misunderstandings, which are hilarious. I like them. I do. Not to misunderstand me. See what I did there? Oh, it hurts to laugh. But you see, the ending of any romantic comedy ever in the history of the world should tell you one thing. Do they end up together? That's what you need to know. You need to know if they end up together. I mean, I'm not saying that you have to know that they end up happily ever after, because that's not always the case. I mean, there's a lot of romantic movies and romantic comedies where the main people don't end up together. I'm thinking of, I can't remember the name, but that one, I'll sing a little prayer for you, and never, you'll be in my fridge. Oh, I'm messing it up. But that movie, whatever that song is from, the wedding something, they all have weddings. Or like the one, being in love means never saying you're sorry. I don't know. I'm bad with names. But something I do know is you either know if it's gonna work or if it's not gonna work. You figure that out. They tell you. In this show, they don't tell you. And it's just so frustrating because this is a show where they had to tell you. They just had to. Because not only does every character, because in most love stories, they have the person that they want to end up with, and then there's the person that they are probably going to end up with. You know, like in most romantic comedies, usually like the hot girl is the person they want to end up with, but like their best friend is the girl they're going to end up with. Yeah, you know the story. But what made this show so great, because you didn't know who they were going to end up with, because they didn't have just one person you thought they were going to end up with. You thought they were going to have 2. I mean, Harima, the badass character I alluded to in previous terms, he had not only, Yagato, her younger sister, who was very cute, and I did not have a crush on. But he also had her rich friend, who Eri, who was just. And the thing was, is they were both girls were so perfect for Harima that you didn't know who was gonna end up standing at the end, and they didn't tell you. They not only they didn't tell you, they might as well have just said, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You don't need to know that. Make it You don't need to know how this ends. We're just gonna give you one more episode and we're gonna call it good. We're gonna call it good. Yeah. I mean, and it just makes it so hard because the show was so great. It was funny. It made me laugh. I watched it every day for like 6 hours a day, and it made my day. I say a day a lot, but I don't care. It's okay. And it was like the last episode was like, it was like okay. The way they finished it too was kind of weird. Like, they were gonna have a third season, and they didn't get around to that. So they just had the last 2 episodes of the show, and before there's an episode 25 and episode 26, I think. And before episode 25, they were like, this is all the shit we were gonna show you. This is all the shit we were gonna show you. And then they did the longest, previously on School Rumble, but you haven't seen this shit, so I was like, okay, whatever. But I was okay with that, because we got the gist of it, even though, some of the things we saw in that previously of were really important, and things I really wanted to see, like Yagato confessing her love for Harima, but I'm getting ahead of myself. This really upsets me. Because it was the way I think about it, it was like an hour special, with a part 1 and a part 2. And part 1 was really cool. It was like, okay, this is awesome. We had a show off between Harima and Kurosama. It was cool. We had emotions, confessions of love, and we had good jokes, and we had all that shit, and I was like, whoa, how is this gonna end? And they were like, badly, and I was like, it's not gonna end badly, don't just do go. But then part 2 came, or episode 26. And they proceeded to prove me wrong, because it did end badly. It ended with a pie fight. I didn't want a pie fight. I wanted to know who was going to end up with who. I'm sorry. I think if I talk about this anymore, I'm going to have an aneurysm, so I'm just going to wrap this up. Pretty much a comment I read on the video of the last part of School Rumble, I think it summed it up perfectly. It said, School Rumble, no one ends up with anyone. That is not the point of a romantic comedy. Shame on you. Shame on you for giving me something so great and turning it to ash in my hands. That's like giving me a puppy and setting him on fire so that he turns to ash in my hands. Oh, it's a puppy. I'm not bitter, but I am a little bitter. So, I think I just need a hug. But you know who's not getting a hug? Everyone on the cast of School Rumble. Even the side characters you thought were going to end up together because it was obvious didn't end up together. Who cares? Who cares? You see what you've done to me? I walked into this show a man, and I walked out a child. A child with... That's what you've reduced me to. Nothing. You've made me nothing. I hope you're happy. I hope you can live with yourself. Good day, sir. Good day. Bye.